Hello， 大家好 ，Welcome to 双语成语 Bilingual Chinese Idiom. I'm 徐老师
And I'm Lucy. Okay, so 老师, what's the 成语 we're going to look at today?
Today we are going to talk about 亡羊补牢. Lucy, do you know how the image of sheep is presented in Chinese culture?
I can't say I do, to be honest. Maybe you can tell us a bit more.
In Chinese culture, yang are considered auspicious animals. They are associated with positive qualities such as kindness, virtues, and prosperity. But on the other hand, because of their gentleness, they are often depicted as animals that are easily laid and can become prey to more cunning predators. This perception has led to various idiomatic expressions and cultural references that use sheep, yang, or goat as a metaphor for being easily misled.
Is that so? I'm actually quite surprised to know that because in Western culture they also share the same image. We actually have a really famous phrase that's like a lamb to the slaughter. We can use it to liken somebody to a helpless victim. I remember Princess Diana of Wales famously stated that she felt like a lamb to the slaughter on the day of her wedding because she felt helpless and she knew that she would not be happy. Like, if a lamb is to go to the slaughter, it describes when somebody is in a vulnerable position without even knowing it. And although they may be in danger, they don't realize it, so they don't fight it. Another phrase is scapegoat. If we use it to call somebody a scapegoat, it means that they are used to take the blame for somebody else.
Well, I hope we never have to feel like a lamb to the slaughter or be made a scapegoat. Lucy, I'm always impressed by the variety of vocabulary that English language has for sheep or yang, because in Chinese language, yang is an umbrella term for goats and sheep. And if you want to describe a different type of yang, all you have to do is to add an adjective in front of yang, like with 绵羊, 山羊, 小羊, and 母羊.
Yeah, that's right. In English, we have 绵羊, which is sheep. So 绵 is referring to cotton. So we can think of that as like a fluffy sheep. So then in 山羊, we can have 山, which refers to a mountain. And so a mountain sheep is a goat. And then in 小羊, 小 means small. So small means lamb. So as in like a baby sheep. And a ewe is a mum sheep. So we call it a 母羊 in Chinese.
Well, talking about counting sheep. Okay, so after discussing a variety of yang, it's about time we get back to our idiom. Shall we learn how to pronounce it first?
Yeah, sure thing. Let's go.
So in this idiom, 亡羊补牢, wang means disappear, which is mainly used in classical Chinese writing. Yang, of course, is a sheep or goat. 亡羊 means the loss of the sheep. 亡羊.
So that's 亡羊.
Good job. 补牢, 补 is to mend or fix. And 牢 is an animal pen. So 补牢 is to fix the sheep pen in this context.
Okay, so that's 补牢. So altogether that's 亡羊补牢 is to fix the sheep pen when the sheep has gone.
Exactly. Well, it might be too late for what has gone, but it's never been too late to prevent losses in the future.
I guess so. When you put it like that, I guess it makes sense. I suppose looking at it from another perspective lets you understand things differently. So, what's the story about, 老师? Is it about the shepherd who lost his sheep?
Let's find out what happened in the story. Are you ready for the story?
I'm ready indeed. Let's go.
亡羊补牢.
To fix the fence after the sheep has fled.
战国时期，中国有很多小国，大家互相并吞。
At the time of the Warring States period, China was made up of many small states which everyone annexed together.
南方有一个国家叫楚国，国王叫楚襄王。
There was a state to the south called the state of Chu, the king of which was called 楚襄王.
楚襄王只喜欢玩乐，不管国事。
楚襄王 cared only for having fun, meaning he neglected his state affairs.
他的大臣庄辛告诉他，大王，如果你继续享乐，不管国事，楚国恐怕要亡国了。
His minister, Zhuang Xin, told him, My king, If you continue to live a life of pleasure and neglect your duties surrounding our state affairs, I'm afraid that the state of Chu will fall.
楚襄王听了，觉得很好笑，就说：“我看你是老糊涂了吧？现在天下太平，楚国怎么会亡国呢？”
Upon hearing this, Chu Xiangwang was amused. He said, "You're just a senile old man. We live in a time of peace and prosperity. How could the state of Chu possibly fall?"
5个月后，北方的秦国就攻占了楚国。
5 months later, the northern state of Qin seized and occupied the state of Chu.
楚襄王逃走后，想起庄辛的话，赶紧把他请回来，说：“我当初应该要听你的话的，现在我该怎么办呢？”
After fleeing, Chu Xiangwang recalled the words of Zhuangxin and immediately asked for him to return. He said, "I should have listened to you from the start. What should I do?"
庄辛回答：“我听说，看到兔子来了才放猎狗去追，羊丢失了才去修补羊圈，也还来得及。”
Zhuangxin replied, "I heard that even if you release the hounds to chase a rabbit only after you see it, or fix the sheep pen after you've already lost your sheep, it's never too late to act."
只要大王有心振作，一定可以恢复楚国的。
As long as you set your mind to it, my king, and pull yourself together, the state of Chu will certainly be restored.
楚王接受庄辛的建议，并在他的帮助下收复大部分失地，度过了这次危机。
The king accepted the advice of his minister, and with his help, he took back the majority of the land that was lost, pulling through the crisis. I have to say that the minister was very encouraging. I think a lesser man would have let the king struggle.
Indeed, he shows the king there's hope for recovering his country, and with his help, they achieve it. Lucy, do you know, I feel a strong connection to the story 亡羊补牢 because of my recent financial loss.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
我被骗了200英镑。
What?
I was scammed out of £200 last week.
Oh no, how did that happen?
It all happened one night when I received an email from a good neighbor of ours, asking if I could buy her a £200 voucher from Amazon for her friend's birthday. She could not do it because her credit card was declined, and she could not phone me because she had a tonsillitis. I could hardly refuse a request from an elderly lady, so I did it immediately. After doing my bit to be a good neighbor, I happily went to bed. Only in the morning when I woke up, I started to feel that something wasn't right. So I phoned my neighbor. It turned out she was perfectly all right, but my £200 were gone.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Well, I learned a hard lesson. Although it was too late to recover my money, it's not too late to prevent further losses in the future. So now I learned the importance of carefully checking the email address, so I won't fall victim to phishing emails again. This personal experience serves as a good example for 亡羊补牢，为时不晚. It was never been too late to fix the fence after the sheep has fled.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. In this kind of situation, it's easy to throw in the towel and give up. But just because you're late in doing something, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything about it. So this is the way that we can use this idiom, right?
Correct. You may use it as a complete sentence to describe something that is late but not yet hopeless. So Lucy, is there any English idiom similar to 亡羊补牢，为时不晚?
Definitely. I would say the closest idiom is better late than never. It means doing something will still benefit you in some way, even if you're late or have already experienced a problem. Think about this example. Say we had a test in class tomorrow, and I didn't revise for it at all. Maybe this evening I might think to myself, oh no, I didn't revise for it at all. I'm definitely going to fail. In this situation, I can either do one of two things. I can either do nothing and fail, or I can say better late than never and at least revise a little bit. So even if I just learn one thing, that one mark could make the difference between a pass or a fail. Another one we can say more simply is it's never too late to do something.
This is a very good example for 亡羊补牢，为时不晚。谢谢大家。
Right, before you guys go anywhere, we'd love you, our beloved audience, to know that we'd love to hear from you too. Whether you have a burning question you'd like to ask about Chengyu or translation, or even if you'd like to have a go at translating our Chengyu yourself, who knows, perhaps you even have a better one than us. If so, please leave us a comment down below to let us know. Well, that's it from us, and thank you so much for staying with us until now. Thank you everyone for listening. See you next time.